Bruh.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Lejeune here. I'm now back at another video. Now, as you guys see in today's video, we have a lot to talk about today. So we got the new UI showcase, and we also got some new quality of life features as well that come along with this. So we have a lot to talk about today. So before we get into today's video, if you guys go to enjoy it, you guys liked it, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well, so there's a video and always be notified when I upload a video. And most importantly, make sure you guys hit that like button. Now, further ado, let's get into the video.
Homie, they ain't ready for this. Scatter shot, I'm working, hurt them worse than slitting their wrist. Hit subscribe, smash like, ring the bell, stay tuned. Now without further ado, here's the duel, the tune. Yeah.
Alright, so what you guys see on the screen right now is the new UI update that will be coming along with Black Panther's expansion. Now, they did state before they showcased it that there will be like small tweaks here and there for the new UI before Black Panther's expansion comes out, and also for the future for this UI, it will be also adding new features along with it as well. This is like the beginning of them adding in brand new features. So as you guys see on the screen, it looks completely different compared to the one we have in the game already. As you guys see on the screen, this is the old UI compared to the new one. It is completely different. It looks way better. So I like the fact that they're doing this. Now we're going to go into like the small details that you might not have seen in this one screenshot for the new UI update. So as you guys see on the top left, we have loadouts. Now they said that this is this is like basically the introduction of loadouts. So they stated in the future that it's confirmed that we will have multiple loadouts coming in the game. So I cannot wait for that one to really come. So if you guys don't know what like loadouts are, basically, say for instance you have a damage build for Thor and you want to switch to like a more defensive type build, you can go in the loadout section and just select your loadout that you can already have set for the defense type build, and you can just switch to it instantly without going into your gear. You have to change everything when it comes to gear, your skills and everything. So that is what loadouts looks like, and I cannot wait to see this, that they add multiple in the future. And another change that you may have seen on the screen is the fact is there's a new UI for comics. Now they said that of course there is a new comic rework that is coming into the game, so that's like an introduction for the new change for comics, which is pretty nice. And also for the challenge card UI, you see your progress forward that you're doing in your challenge card, and also you can see the next rewards that you're going to receive once you complete that level for the challenge card, which is pretty nice for people that want to see what comes next, which is pretty interesting. And the next thing that the UI does change for each character, they did showcase Hulk and Iron Man, so it looks completely different. It just fits their style when it comes to the UI, and they also did show Black Panther as well. You probably will be seeing on the screen what everything I'm talking about right now, but it does look really cool, and it just goes to show like the small attention to detail that they have done with this new UI update. And also they basically confirmed that we'll be having 8 takedowns. They confirmed it a while ago, but in a new UI it showcased that we have new 8 takedowns, which is pretty interesting, so I like that one. And also another thing that you might have not noticed, we have 4 additional slots for major artifacts. So there are 4 new major artifacts that looks like that is coming into the game, which is pretty interesting. So I cannot wait to see how they go with that one. But the most important, like the really meat and grinds for this one, is the new gear UI changes and the quality of life features that come along with it. So let's get into that one. I also want to put in there that the skill UI has changed as well, where it showcased the character style when it comes to it. For Hulk is green, for Iron Man is red. So it basically fits their play, you know, like that character style when it comes to this new skill UI. So that's pretty cool as well. But now let's get on to the gear UI. Alright, so now for the gear UI, this is something that we have been requesting a lot when it comes to this for gear. Now they have basically confirmed it and showcased that you can now lock and unlock gear now. So that's the thing now. So if you have a piece of gear that you mistakenly deleted by accident, with this new UI change that will be coming with Black Panther's expansion, you can now lock and unlock your gear, which is very good, because there's some instances where I did delete some good gear that I have for a certain character, and you know I couldn't get it back, which pretty sucks. Hopefully they can add in a feature with this new UI update in the future where you can go back and look at deleted gear that you deleted and you could recover it, but I don't know if they're going to do that one. But yeah, you can now do that, which is pretty cool. And the next thing that you can do is mass dismantle now in your gear section. So you can go to your melee gear, you can select any gear that you want to, you can mass dismantle that, same for the range, heroic slot, and defense defensive slot as well. So that is pretty interesting right there. That is something the community has been requesting a lot when it comes to that one. And the next one, which is pretty big, that you can now transfer your gear to your locker, and you can also go to your locker and get the gear that you put in the locker and get it back and put it in your gear loadout for that certain section that you have. So basically, for example, if you guys don't know what it is, you could go into your gear loadout. Say for instance you have like 2 good melee pieces that you got for Thor, and you want to put it in your gear loadout, I mean in the gear locker, so you want to save it. So if you guys want to go back, say for instance you get something brand new, you want to compare it to the new compare it to the old gear that you got for Thor in your melee slot, you could go into your gear loadout section, go to the melee section, and you can go to your locker while in the melee section and get the gear that you put in the locker and get it back out while in the melee section, which is pretty huge because, as you guys know, in the game right now, to go to your locker you have to go completely to the helicarrier just to even access your locker. So the fact that you can access your locker while in the gear tab without even having to back out a mission is pretty dope. I'm very glad they added something like that, because that is something that has been requested a lot. Even for me, that is something I really wanted to be added into the game, so I'm very glad that's been added. And the next thing I'm about to get into is the fact that they added new slots to the game. So currently in the game right now for melee, defensive, range, and heroic slot, there are 9 slots that you can have for gear. Now in this new update for Wakanda, there will have 11 slots. So that's more slots for you to add into for your gear. So if you guys want to hold on to gear that you guys feel like that is good, you can have more slots to add on to it, which is pretty dope because the slot selection is pretty limited, to be honest. It's 9, so the fact that they upped it even more is pretty dope. I like that one. So let's get on to the next one. Is the fact that you can switch gear position. So you can switch a gear position. Say for instance you got 2 gear slots on the top left and you want to switch it to the bottom left. You can actually do that now, which you guys will be seeing on screen. You can switch slots for your gear, which is pretty dope. And another thing that they did add into this one is the fact that the stats UI has changed when it comes to viewing your character stats. So it's more detailed and more simple, I guess you could say, compared to what it is now. So you can see everything more clearly when it comes to your character stats, which is pretty cool as well. And they also did go in and change the locker space. So currently the locker space right now is 300, and they upped it to 600. So that's 300 additional slots that you have for in your locker space. So for the hoarders that like to hold on to gear, you got additional slots, which is pretty dope because my locker is pretty getting there to being full. So I like the fact that they added more slots to it. And they also did go into changes when it comes to cosmetics. So say for instance, the in-game suits for the characters in the game right now, that is the exotic tier when it comes to a suit. So I wonder, they're adding in tiers to the, they added like a new tier to it. So that's pretty interesting right there. And the UI has also changed for the cosmetic slot as well when it comes to takedowns, suits, and what's the thing called, nameplates as well. So yeah, that is a lot that comes along with this UI. Now there probably is more things that they didn't go into detail with, but they also did state that this is not a final thing. They just they have to make small tweaks here and there for the new UI before Wakanda comes out, and they also will be adding in new features in the future when it comes to the UI update to add even more onto it. So yeah, it looks pretty good, to be honest. So let me know in the comments, how do you guys feel about this new UI update? Did you guys feel like it's a W or it's an L? And also with the quality of life features they added in with the gear, how you could lock it and unlock it, Mazda's mantle, you know, go in between your gear loadout and your locker without even having to go back to the helicarrier, with the new additional 8 takedowns, 4 additional slots for the artifacts, you know, new additional slots for your gear tab, and also for the locker increasing it by 300. That is a lot, to be honest. So yeah, they really did go crazy with it. Let me know y'all opinion about this in the comments below. But yeah, that's the end of today's video. I really guys enjoyed today's video as I enjoyed making it. But before we head out, if you guys are not, miss y'all subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on post notifications so that miss a video and always be notified when I upload a video. And most importantly, miss you guys hit that like button. Now of course, I do have a Discord. If you guys want to join the Discord, it is in the link below. below. It's called the June Cave. We go over everything dealing with most Avengers. Got the nice upcoming games and future games that will be coming out. So if you guys want to join it, the link is below. And also I do stream on Twitch. If you guys want to come out to the Twitch streams, it do be litty. The Twitch link is below for that one as well. And also I do have memberships on the channel. So if you guys want to know more information about that, the link is below. I'm gonna give a quick shout out to the elite members and the regular members. I greatly appreciate if y'all being memberships on the channel, and appreciate the new people that are joining in the memberships. We have a lot of giveaways to do lately, so be ready for that one. And yeah, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day. Peace.